Do you feel that?
The cold.
Always want to make sure everyone watching is part of this really cool number and not this stinky number. I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I like Darth Vader. A little too much if you ask me. I would even go as far as to say that he's been handled incredibly well in the Disney era. I think he's pretty cool. A little too much if you ask me. But does that mean I want a Darth Vader show? No, not really. I genuinely don't see the appeal of an entire TV show of Darth Vader running around and killing people. There isn't much you can do with Vader's character that hasn't been explored in already existing content. There's nothing left to say with this character that warrants a lead role. That's it. That's my whole point. I finished the video. Bye, guys. No, but I'm gonna elaborate because this is apparently a big deal to some people. There are a lot of Star Wars fans out there, and I say fans in quotes because a better word for them would be children, that really just want a show about Darth Vader being cool and getting in lightsaber battles every episode because that's what real Star Wars is. It all started back in 2016 when Rogue One gave us the Darth Vader hallway scene. And yeah, it's a really well-made sequence that's appropriate to the story. But you want to know why it's good? Because it's only a minute long. I don't need a whole show about this, especially if it's the focus. Ralph the Movie Maker made an excellent analogy a few years ago regarding how too much of something isn't a good thing, and he did it with chocolate, and that's such a good analogy that I'm just gonna steal it and put it in my video. Sorry, Ralph.
I hope you get fucking executed!
The whole reason chocolate is good is because it's usually small. That's why companies make it in small serving sizes, because it leaves you wanting more. That's why we don't have giant jumbo candy bars. Because it's too much. We'd get sick of it. Darth Vader is like chocolate. He's good in small amounts. He's good in Jedi Fallen Order because he's a glorified final boss and leaves after 2 minutes. He's good in Survivor because he's only in it for one fight scene and leaves because he's no longer needed for the story. He's only at the end of the Clone Wars because it's a good bookend to the TV show. Notice how most of these scenes only last a few minutes at a time. And then there's the Kenobi show. And this is definitely the most screen time Vader has had in any of these projects, but he's appropriate here because the show is about Obi-Wan Kenobi's guilt of confronting Vader. Of course, Vader would be in it within this context, and most of the Vader stuff is like 2 scenes an episode, if you were lucky. He's not really the main villain because that wouldn't really work. Him showing up constantly would have spoiled it. So why do people want more of it? Because this theoretical show would be cool, I guess? But if everything is cool, nothing will be. There's a certain fan film out there, and I'm not going to show clips of it or show who made it because I think most people know who I'm talking about and I don't want to give them any more attention. Anyway, the fan film is essentially just a long dream sequence of Darth Vader killing stormtroopers and wanting to kill Palpatine because he's sad that Padme died, and then he goes off to kill a Jedi. And most of the comments are just people saying, now this is what Star Wars should be, not that shit Disney is putting out. And I'm over here thinking, what are people seeing in this? Everything we have seen in this short film has already been covered to death in the current canon. Darth Vader wanting to betray and kill Palpatine has been told multiple times in multiple mediums. It has been told in comics multiple times. In the second Star Wars movie ever released, Vader has had aspirations to kill his master.
You can destroy the Emperor.
And we definitely don't need another story of Vader being sad that Padme died. This has also been done to death in comics, in books. It has been the focal point of an entire movie trilogy. Well, that first half was done. What about Vader hunting Jedi? Why do people want to see an entire show about this? Well, I genuinely don't know, because just like the last 2 ideas, this story has been told to death. It has been in comic books, it has been in TV shows, in video games, and let's not forget that the Jedi people want to see for some reason in this short film series is Mace Windu.
That's disgusting.
I genuinely love it when people like this go, oh, Disney is ruining Star Wars, it doesn't respect George Lucas's vision, and then they turn around and say, yeah, let's undo one of George Lucas's stories by bringing Mace Windu back to life just so Darth Vader can kill him a second time. Why do we need this? Why is something that is just the same schlock we have been getting for decades something fans want to see again, and again, and again? It's like fans are afraid of something new because there's a risk of it being bad. And I mean, yeah, you can constantly consume the same type of story over and over and over again, but you're not going to experience anything. You'll be desensitized. If you eat chicken every day of your life and refuse to eat a new kind of food because you just want to eat chicken, I guess, you're going to live off of a bland diet with nothing to look forward to. There's no flavor. I'm not going to act like what the Disney era puts out is high art or anything, but I can at least say they do try, kind of. And why is that? Because they're professionals. They know the medium. They treat these stories like an art form because it's their job, and regardless of the quality of the story, I can at least say these people know what they're doing, even if not all of these stories they created are equal in quality. The Last Jedi is not a movie I particularly enjoy. I wouldn't even call it good, but I can at least say it was a movie. It was made by someone who had something to say and was interested in what they were making, and I can respect that. So when I see a Star Wars fan say that they know better than professional writers and creators because they know what the fans really want, I just roll my eyes into the back of my skull because the truth is simple. Fans do not know better, and that goes for everyone, even me. I love Star Wars, but that does not mean I can or should make a Star Wars movie. Whatever I'd make would probably be terrible, because I do not know what is best for this franchise. Liking and enjoying is not enough. I do not know better than the professionals who do this for a living, and any fan who does think this way has no right calling them a Star Wars fan, and they probably deserve to be in a padded room. I have nothing but respect for everyone involved at Lucasfilm, even if I don't like their output sometimes. I'm hard on them because I care and I want them to succeed, whether it's Leslie Headland or Tony Gilroy. In short, I love everyone involved at Lucasfilm. Except Chris Terrio, he can get fucked. While I can't say I'm proud of this fan base for wanting something as worthless as a Darth Vader TV show, I can at least say I'm happy that the creators at Lucasfilm can recognize that it wouldn't be a good idea. I feel like if we were going to get a day that announced a Darth Vader TV show, that day would have happened by now, and I gotta say, I'm happy that that day is never going to come.